think we're live. I think we made it happen again. Did we? Did we make it happen? Did I even check the microphone? Oh man. I can't believe how out of practice I am with this. So I'm pretty sure everything's working okay. And I am super pleased that the last day of January, 31st day of the 23rd year of the 21st century, is a Tuesday. And that's really only meaningful because I like January so much, and January to conclude on a Tuesday is just perfect. So I went to Lake Erie yesterday, and there's no ice on the lake that I could see from where I was on the western side, western basin. And then today I went to one of the inland lakes, and there was a nice sheen of ice all the way across. So, and that happened within like the last week, so there's hope still. I mean, as long as it gets really cold in like the next few weeks. Other than that, I think that this is kind of like the last opportunity for Lake Erie to get any ice on it at all. Although I think there was some last month for a minute, I think. I don't know. I haven't really been able to get out there very much, so. Yeah, I'm out of practice. I'm very much out of practice. Can you tell? It's just a little ridiculous. I do think that people are starting to realize that I am a broadcaster and that I am somebody that puts material out into the world for public consumption, whatever the case may be, however the wind blows on that one. And now they're like a little bit like, oh, that's a thing that you do. I might not talk to you so much now. Because, who knows what I'll turn into content. But, I'm a pretty nice guy, so I don't really intend to throw anybody under the bus. But, sometimes I like to just consider that this is a lot of power, actually, to hold as a broadcaster, is that you are, putting things out into the world, and as much as you guard your privacy, you also guard the privacy of the people who you know and love, and that's a thing. That's a thing that you have to think about when you broadcast, but also when you write. And I've been writing quite a bit over the course of the last year and building a set of essays, a collection of essays for public consumption, because as I mentioned a few times now, I kind of need the threat of an audience to get better. So that's just how performance art works. There needs to be an audience to play to. So on that note, there's my cat. Yeah, and I'm working on a 5-minute segment that's going to be on public television, and I'm not sure if they broadcast the same day that I'm going to be in the studio, but I'm going to guess that they probably don't broadcast it the same day. I mean, maybe, but so sometime in the middle of February, I will, hopefully, my 5-minute segment will make it onto public television, and then, well, I guess it's not public television technically, it's the cable network. So it's public. How does that work? It's like Community Television Network, CTN, for the city where I live, because I live here. I have this as a service available to me, but it's on the cable network, so that's weird. Did you think that's weird? I think that's weird. That's weird. But, so, anyway, 5 minutes. 5 minutes talking about an issue that's important to me, and I think that issue that I'm going to talk about in this 5-minute segment is affordable housing, or the lack thereof. And I've got a couple more fact-finding things I need to do this week to finalize my script, because if I'm going to do TV, I'm going to do a script, and I'm going to have a teleprompter, because there's no way I'm going to ad hoc that. I mean, I'll try not to, because I'm a little bit incorrigible when it comes to ad hoc performance, as you might be able to tell from this broadcast now. Yeah, so there's that. A couple other projects I think I've been dreaming up some different things to do. I think I'm going to start doing a little bit of a deeper dive into local history. I just created a research account at the historical library here that's on campus that actually I'm kind of shocked it took me this long to create that research account. But I did, and now I'm going to do a deeper dive into this section of town that I've become enamored with. More so, I've been enamored with that side of town really probably for years and years, but I've only recently indulged in that. And now I want to know. I want to know the history. I want to know, like, the history of the river bend. I want to know the history of that depot station of the railroad, and the history of the building, the old train station, which is beautiful, a beautiful fieldstone building, and the history of the neighborhood and the park, and that it was historically a black neighborhood that has been gentrified like almost entirely, and is actually now, of course, one of the pricier neighborhoods to live in. So, and if I do that, I realized a few days ago, if I actually do endeavor on this basically historical sociological research project, that I will finally finish an assignment for a class from grad school that I don't think I ever quite finished. and if I do actually finish this, I'm going to send it to that professor, and I'm going to say I finally finished that assignment, and I hope you like it. And I hope that it will be something useful to her in her classes, if I do it justice. So, yeah, full circle stuff going on here. And there's like a couple other interesting things that I will weave in along the way, and I've definitely been reacquainting myself with my photography ambitions and remembering a little bit more of why I was so inspired several years ago to do photography. And it's nice, feels nice to remember those things, and to kind of pick up the pieces and some of the, like, some of the threads of the things that I was doing 5-6 years ago, or even just a couple years ago, and pick those things back up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, I was doing this thing, and that thing was pretty cool, so I should probably keep doing the thing. Yeah. I think you should probably do the same thing. Like, there's that thing that you were going to do, and you were really happy and excited about it, and then something, I don't know, like you got distracted, or life, this, that, and the other thing, and you just didn't do the thing. But I think that you should totally do the thing. You should do the thing. Do the thing that you were going to do. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about the camera placement of this whole ensemble. I spend a lot of time figuring out how to place my camera, and probably not enough time on other things, but there's this angle that I am super amused by, and you see it on TikTok a lot, but it's like people come to the bottom of the screen like this, It's pretty cute, I think. But yeah, so I'm also just trying to get comfortable being on the camera again, and get comfortable talking to the camera, talking to you, dear audience, dear person whom I do not know, who might be actually viewing this video. I'm just reacquainting myself with this process of broadcast, so I appreciate it if you have made it this far into this weird stream that I'm doing now, on the last Tuesday of January of the 23rd year of the 21st century. Whatever that means. And I will probably do another one, I guess, in a couple weeks for Valentine's Day. I mean, seems like a good time to do another one. This seems like so far established a bi-weekly schedule. Because I've done this twice now. Which is almost half as much as I did all of last year. So I think that I'm making good progress, and I hope that you will continue to tune in for my odd, silly weirdness, and I hope that I get better at entertaining you along the way. And yeah, so I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks, and maybe I'll pop in with a few this or that here and there short segments of 10 to 20 seconds or so, just to let you know when that segment's going to air on CTN, so on the channel and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay. Cheers.